Good evening. It's just gone at 6 o'clock. It's Saturday the 7th of September and welcome to our evening news. And in the news this week, after 10 years as Dorset's Lord Lieutenant, the Sovereign's representative in the county, and Angus Campbell, CVO, has retired this week. Having been appointed in 2014, he first served Her Majesty the Queen, whom he welcomed to Dorset on 2 occasions, as well as most members of the royal family visiting Dorset on a total of 43 occasions over his term of office. He has supported numerous charity organisations as patron and presented many with the Queen's and latterly the King's Award for Voluntary Service, as well as several businesses with the Queen's and King's Award for Enterprise. Mr Campbell's final official duty as Lord Lieutenant was at the Merchant Navy Day ceremony held at County Hall on the 3rd of September. During his time as Lord Lieutenant, he has supported members of the armed forces, including veterans, attended freedom marches, beating retreat ceremonies, remembrance services and the Wessex Reserve Forces and cadet associations, through which he appoints outstanding young cadets to be his Lord Lieutenant's cadet for a year's term. Prior to his political career, Angus Campbell served for many years in the Army Air Corps before he became the leader for North Dorset District Council and later leader for Dorset County Council. Mr Campbell is looking forward to spending more time with his family and the time to pursue his many other interests. And of course, we all look forward to hearing who will be appointed as his successor as the next Lord Lieutenant of Dorset. And happy retirement to Angus Campbell, who has done a fantastic job over the last 10 years. Now, the Thomas Fowle Buxton Society are holding their annual memorial service on Bincleys Green at the Buxton Monument in Weymouth this Sunday. That's tomorrow, the 8th of September. Starting at 3 p.m, the service will look to honour the memory of the Buxton, who was an MP for Weymouth and Melcombe Regis, helping to lead the parliamentary party in the abolition of slavery in the British Dominion. The Act of Parliament to abolish slavery was achieved in August 1833 and came into effect on the 1st of August 1834. Buxton also worked for changes in prison reform during the 19th century when MP. The Deputy Mayor of Weymouth, Councillor Caroline Nickinson, will open proceedings whilst Dr Carl Whitehouse will lead the service. There will be a small merchandise stall selling copies of recent presentations as well as a monumental marmalade and seasonal preserves. That's tomorrow at 3 o'clock on Bincleys Green. Now, the Weymouth and Portland Litter, the Marine Litter Project, has been collecting litter from the Weymouth Harbour. Among the litter collected included beach toys, nappies and bottles. A spokesman for the Weymouth and Portland Marine Litter Project said, we spent this afternoon on the harbour in the drizzle. With summer over and the broken beach toys were separated out ready for recycling with the marine regeneration, these are just the broken ones and the good ones will be reused. We then joined the guys from the harbour to clean the litter that's been thrown over the fencing so we could recycle as much as possible. It's incredible how much litter was collected, everything from nappies to vapes. Half a bulk bag of bottles and cans collected for recycling and a commercial bin full of litter. The Weymouth and Portland Marine Litter Project was founded by Jane Furman and Dave Taylor, with the main objective being to create community-based projects aimed to reduce the pollution from litter in our seas and on our beaches. The pair regularly host litter picks around Dorset, recycling as much as possible to make sure it doesn't end up back in the sea and on the beaches. Mr Taylor doesn't live too far from our studio here in Wyke, and he's always got lots of rope and plastic and everything in massive big bags being sorted, ready for collection. So keep up the good work, keeping our beaches and shores clear of all that rubbish. Now, Dorset Council faces a challenging budget for the rest of this year. A report to be considered at the Cabinet meeting on the 10th of September shows that after the first 4 months of the year, Dorset Council is currently predicting an overspend of £10.1 million for this financial year. This equates to 2.7% of the Council's total budget of £376.7 million. Dorset Council provides a mix of around 450 statutory and discretionary services to 389,000 residents and businesses. Council finances continue to be under extreme pressure through external factors such as increased demand for placement in adults and children in social care, rising costs of delivering services and reduced funding. The bulk of the predicted overspend has been anticipated and previously reported as it relates to £8.6 million to be saved from the Council's transformation programme, details of which will be finalised this autumn. Dorset Council, like all councils across the country, currently faces a high level of uncertainty over its budget position as the new Labour government has not yet set out the likely funding arrangements for stretched local authorities. This will come with the government's October budget and the funding settlement in December. More information on how the council's budget is set and spent is available on the council website at dorsetcouncil.gov.uk/our-budget-explained. Now, developers of the old rectory building in Weymouth Town Centre have uncovered original features once described by renowned author J. Mead Faulkner. The author of the classic smuggling novel Moonfleet spent almost a decade of his childhood at the property in the late 19th century. He later described his childhood home in memoirs penned in 1925, and developers DJ Property believe they have uncovered features within the home that Faulkner told of in those memoirs. Faulkner highlighted the blend of Victorian and Georgian elements within the home, with one of the most striking features the grand circular stone staircase dimly lit by a distant skylight in the roof, and you can actually see a picture of that up on the screen. Chief Executive of DJ Property, Mickey Jones, said, "The staircase we believe Faulkner refers to and another one in what was the neighbouring property are of that period and still lit by a skylight in the roof, but interestingly constructed of wood rather than stone. We are still uncovering evidence of original features and are pleased to note the building still boasts original cornices and significant fireplaces dating to that era." Local historian Graham Perry advised the property developers of Faulkner's account of his childhood at the property. He said Faulkner lived in the property between 1871 and 1880. He was just 13 years old when he moved in with his parents and 4 siblings. His father was the new curate at St Mary's Church. At that time, the rectory comprised a pair of impressive Georgian houses, 81 and 82 St Thomas Street, with the Faulkner family residing in number 82. The rectory building is set to be ready by the end of the year, and a possible use of the building is it will be turned into a Jurassic Coast Trust Centre, highlighting the area's geological significance. Excellent news there, and we look forward to seeing that building restored, and let's hope the Jurassic Trust put their tourist feature in there. It'd be good to bring people into the town. Now, it's estimated that over 200,000 people in Dorset are living with high blood pressure, and without regular testing this can go unnoticed, sometimes leading to serious health issues including stroke and heart attack. This year, to mark Know Your Numbers Week, which runs from the 2nd of September through until tomorrow, so we're reporting at the end of the week, local clinicians are encouraging people to sign up to BP at Home, an app-based service which helps people take readings in the comfort of their own home, saving both their time and that of their GP, whilst at the same time being confident of an accurate reading. Since it was launched in 2021, BP at Home has helped nearly 4,000 local people to manage their blood pressure from home, helping reduce the risk of heart failure and stroke by 23% after just 6 months on the platform. Martin Heinrich from Weymouth and his wife were both diagnosed with hypertension, that's high blood pressure. He said, "We registered for the app and started receiving reminders to take our medication every day. It's part of our routine together when on holiday and when we've made lots of positive lifestyle changes. Seeing the improvements is the best encouragement there is. I would definitely recommend the app. Once embraced, it's simplicity itself." Dr. Martin Longley, who's the cardiovascular disease clinical lead and associate medical director of Dorset County Hospital, is encouraging people to sign up to the service. He said, "BP at Home is a revolutionary blood pressure management, and it is great to see Dorset leading the way with general practice engaged and supporting patients to manage and control their blood pressure through the app. Not only have we seen a significant reduction in blood pressure from hypertensive people in Dorset since using the app, but it also reduces the need for face-to-face appointments, saving time and cost for both patients and clinicians. Now, to register for the free app and to find out more, you can go to this following website: staywelldorset.nhs.uk. That's staywelldorset.nhs.uk/BP at home. BP at home. Now, Dorset Police have received a report at 6:40 p.m. on Wednesday the 4th of September raising concerns for the welfare of a man on the roof at Dorset County Hospital. Officers attended and attempts were made to engage with the man. They were assisted by the fire service and the National Police helicopter before the man was taken to safety at around 12:15 a.m. on Thursday the 5th of September. He was given appropriate care. The police also state that they are investigating a report that 2 officers were assaulted prior to the man going onto the roof. Although the officers did not sustain serious injuries, Dorset Police take all reports of assaults on emergency workers very seriously and would urge any witnesses or anyone with information regarding the incident to contact them. They're also appealing for witnesses or anyone with information to come forward after a fire that is believed to have been started deliberately in Weymouth. At around 6:20 a.m. on Sunday the 1st of September, Dorset Police received a report from the ambulance service of 2 people requiring medical attention after a derelict property had been set on fire in Dorchester Road, Weymouth, opposite the Rembrandt Hotel. It is believed that the fire was started at around 5 a.m. 2 occupants of a neighbouring property, a man aged in his 40s and a girl, were both taken to hospital for treatment for smoke inhalation injuries. Now, anyone with information on either of these 2 incidents is asked to contact Dorset Police on 101, or if you wish to give information anonymously, you can do this through the Crime Stoppers charity on 0800 555 111. That's 0800 555 111, or to contact Dorset Police Direct, it is 101. Now, the Dorset Seafood Festival returns this weekend to Weymouth. Now in its 4th year on Weymouth Peninsula and the 16th year overall in Weymouth, the long-run event, also known as Seafest, has been running today and returns again tomorrow. This year it will continue to champion Dorset produce for 2024. Last year's event saw record crowds gather on the peninsula over the festival weekend, enjoying the sunshine, an amazing choice of delicious locally caught seafood, wonderful Dorset ales and fine English wines. The event nearly did not go ahead this year after organisers announced it was cancelled in January. However, the festival will be open today, obviously, through to 8 p.m. tonight, so you've still got time to catch it, and Sunday from 10:30 a.m. through to 5 p.m. Admission to the festival is by ticket only and valid for the time stated on the ticket. A site plan and map will be available at marshalling points when you get to the venue. Music will be provided throughout the event on the Après Ski music stage, sponsored by the Nook Cocktail Club, with a mix of everything from acoustic sets to sea shanties and violin to Brit pop. On Sunday, music acts include Identikit, Stereo Ironics, That Brit Pop Band, the Jolly Boys Outing, the Chief Lazarus, with Lego Men providing a show-stopping finale from 4:45. The festival will partner once more with Weymouth College to present School of Fish, a unique children's cookery workshop that's perfect for every budding chef. Now, there's special sessions tomorrow for the mini chefs. That's the under 8s from 11 a.m. to 2 o'clock, and the junior chefs, that's the 8 to 16s from 12:30 to 3:30. A host of the region's top chefs and culinary experts will host masterclass demonstrations at 2 stages across the festival. Finally, the star of the show, more than 30 local businesses will have stands celebrating fish and shellfish sustainably caught in Dorset waters. So if you've got nothing on tomorrow, why not pay it a call? Hopefully the weather will be a bit better than it's been today, as it's a little bit wet out there at the moment. Now, Dorset Council have appointed a new Director of Children's Services. Paul Dempsey has been appointed as the Executive Director of People, Children at Dorset Council. Paul has been Corporate Director Care and Protection at Dorset Council since May 2022. He was appointed to the Executive Director role following a robust recruitment process, and he replaces Teresa Levy, who has held this role since 2019. He will be responsible for all statutory services for children and young people, including safeguarding and social care, education and early help, as well as working with other partners to champion the interests of children and young people across Dorset. Paul started his career as a social worker and over the past 26 years has managed and led a range of children's services authorities across the country, including as Assistant Director at Sheffield City Council before he came to Dorset Council. Councillor Claire Sutton, who's the Cabinet Member for Children's Services, Education and Skills, said, "We're committed to making Dorset the best place for children and young people to grow up. It is essential that we have a strong leader to help deliver our children, young people and families plan, and we are delighted to have appointed Paul to the role of Director of Children's Services. Because of his current role at Dorset Council, he really understands how to carry on the great work that Teresa started in better supporting families and making Dorset the best place to be a child." Now, plans are underway for a bus service to serve those who have no or only infrequent access to bus services in Weymouth. The plan has been discussed by councillors at Weymouth Town Council, where everyone decided to support the plan. It is proposed that the service could serve areas such as Preston, Dorchester and Portland and get people from these areas to council facilities such as those run at the council's Tumbledown site. The service may also link places like Chickrell and Wyke Regis to enable residents to access doctor services in Wyke from Chickrell. The next stage will be to undertake a viability study before plans come back to the council. Now, Dorset Council will be honouring the people who work for the NHS and the emergency services in the UK on Emergency Services Day, which is this coming Monday, the 9th of September. The 999 Emergency Services flag will be raised at County Hall in Dorchester to remember and thank men and women from the Police, Fire and Rescue Service and the wider NHS. A 2-minute period of silence will be observed at 9 a.m, remembering the 7,500 members of the emergency services killed in the line of duty over the last 200 years. Councillor Stella Jones, who's the chair of Dorset Council, said Emergency Services Day is our chance to support the heroic people who protect and care for us all and show our appreciation to staff and volunteers by proudly flying the 999 Day flag. They work tirelessly 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year, and show courage and dedication to protect us from harm and be there for us all in our hour of need. The Council is very proud to support and promote the exemplary work carried out by Blue Light Services across Dorset and beyond. Emergency Services Day, also known as 999 Day, is a national day across the UK. It's supported by the King, the Prince of Wales, the Prime Minister and the First Ministers of Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. The day promotes the work of the emergency services, including using the emergency services responsibly, educating the public about basic life-saving skills and prompting the many career and voluntary opportunities that are available. There is a specific website for 999 Day and it is www.999day.org.uk. And finally, in our headlines tonight, and staying with the emergency services, it's Air Ambulance Week this week. It takes place from the 9th to the 15th of September and is dedicated to raising the awareness and funds for the vital life-saving work of air ambulance charities across the UK. And 3 National Trust buildings will light up in support of Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance, our local air ambulance charity. One of these buildings is Corfe Castle. At over 1,000 years old, it's one of Britain's most iconic and evocative survivors of the English Civil War. It's a favourite haunt for adults and children alike, captivated by the romantic castle ruins and breathtaking views across Purbeck. Standing 21 metres tall and positioned atop a 55 metre high hill, this gleaming tower of Purbeck limestone can be seen from miles around. Now, the other iconic places that will be lit up are Glastonbury Tor and Wellington Monument in Somerset. Now, Emma Jones, who's the fundraising manager for Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance, emphasised the importance of the initiative. With every mission costing approximately $3,500, this brilliant awareness generating activity by Glastonbury Tor, Corfe Castle and Wellington Monument, supported by the National Trust, is a truly wonderful gesture and will certainly increase awareness of our work during Air Ambulance Week. We can't thank them enough. And if you want to find out more about the work of Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance, and if you'd like to make a donation or join their lottery scheme where you can regularly have the chance to win prizes and support them on a regular basis, just go onto Google and search for Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance and you will find everything that you need on their website. And that's the end of our headlines this evening. It's now time in our programme to go across to regular contributor Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to White Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend, Beetlejuice is released in cinemas. The film takes place 36 years after the events of Beetlejuice and revolves around the Dietz family coming back to Winter River for a funeral, only for Lydia's daughter Astrid to accidentally open the door to the afterlife and release you-know-who. I'm not going to say it anymore, in case I accidentally conjure him. The film is directed by Tim Burton, who directed the original 1988 film, and has come back for this sequel 36 years later, as have actors Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, and Catherine O'Hara, reprising their roles from the original 88 film. And they are joined they are joined by rising star Jenna Ortega in the role of Lydia's daughter Astrid. The film has received a good amount of positive reviews from critics from its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival, who praised the film's fun nature and the fact that it's a return to form for Burton. The film is in cinemas this weekend. They're not planning on a sequel, so don't go into it hoping for one. This week, the Garfield movie was released on home video. The film is an animated comedy film starring Chris Pratt as the titular orange tabby cat and revolves around Garfield being reunited with his long-lost father and being forced to join him on a high-stakes adventure. The film also stars Samuel L. Jackson, Hannah Waddingham and Ving Rhames. The film received negative reviews from critics, which is standard of which is pretty standard of a family-friendly audience-skewed film like this, because critics don't actually understand the. But it was well received by general audiences. I saw the film in May in cinemas, when there was a bunch of different preview screenings going on. There was a charity preview screening 2 weeks before the release, and then the previous weekend a week before general release. So it was a bit messy. I enjoyed it. I gave the film 4 stars out of 5. I thought it was really good fun film, but ultimately Garfield wasn't as interesting to watch as his sidekick Odie. I rewatched it this week. There was a scene where Garfield's talking with his father Vic, and Odie's just in the background carrying stuff, setting up a hammock and whatnot, and that was more interesting than what was going on in the foreground. The film is out on home video this week. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be talking about the new horror movie Speak No Evil. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you, Andrew. We'll be back with Andrew next week. It's now time in the programme for the national weather forecast from the Met Office, and this week we are joined by Greg Dewhurst.
Hello there, welcome to your latest Met Office forecast. It remains unsettled. Over the next 24 hours, some torrential downpours, thunderstorms in places, all thanks to this area of low pressure, which is just anchored over England and Wales over the next 24 hours. However, we do see a change in our weather as we go through next week. The winds turn more to a northerly direction, introducing some quite cold air for the time of year, perhaps even some sleet or snow over the highest tops of the Scottish mountains. For Saturday afternoon, best of the sunshine once again, just like yesterday, across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, perhaps northwest England as well. Here, the temperatures rising to around 25, possibly 26 Celsius. Generally cloudier across England and Wales. Best of the sunshine across parts of East Anglia, perhaps northern parts of London into the East Midlands as well. But under this cloud, we'll see some outbreaks of rain, 1 or 2 heavier bursts possible across the West Midlands into Wales, and also some heavy showery rain across southern coasts of England through the afternoon as well. Temperatures under the cloud around 19 to 22, possibly 23 Celsius in the sunshine towards the southeast, but it will be across western parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland, seeing today's highest temperatures. As we head through into the evening time, turning increasingly unsettled as that low pressure establishes itself across England and Wales. Some hefty downpours developing, torrential rain, some thunderstorms, some lightning, hail in there too. There's likely to be some disruption in places, so it is worth staying up to date. And if you are travelling, checking before you set out on your journey as well. Met Office warning out for the night time overnight and through much of Sunday as well. Dry across Northern Ireland and Scotland overnight, low cloud affecting northern and eastern coast, perhaps coming inland for a time. And temperatures, well, another muggy night to come, generally remaining in double figures for everyone. So an unsettled start to the day across much of England and Wales on Sunday. Some thunderstorms, some longer spells of heavy rain as well, some travel disruption possible, flooding in places. Met Office warning out. Some places could see 30 to 50 millimetres of rain in quite short periods of time, perhaps even higher than this through the course of the day. It does brighten up across central and eastern areas into the afternoon, but sunshine could then trigger some thunderstorms here. Generally cloudier for Northern Ireland and Scotland compared to the last couple of days. The winds coming in from the north are starting to feel cooler as well, and the risk of some rain developing across eastern parts of Scotland later in the day. Temperatures generally the high teens to low 20s for many, perhaps in the best of the sunshine again, 22 or 23 degrees towards eastern and southeastern parts of England. Through into the evening time, low pressure still in charge. The rain there extending further northward, so southern and eastern parts of Scotland could see some heavy downpours developing, driest across the northwest of Scotland into Northern Ireland. But again, there could be some showers developing here and elsewhere across England and Wales to end the day, some heavy showers. So thunderstorms, heavy rain and some localised flooding possible over the next 24 hours or so. If you'd like more information, it is worth staying up to date on our social media channels. See you again soon.
Thank you very much there, Greg. And our local weather widget is still not working, but I can tell you the weather for the week ahead. Down on the south coast here is obviously the rain continuing, as you've seen in the national forecast on Sunday. A chance of some sunny spells on Monday. Rain returning again on Tuesday, and a bit more sunny on Wednesday and Thursday, although the temperature as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, as Greg mentioned in the national forecast, is going to drop here down on the south coast. Okay, it's now time to look at what's on around this weekend and in the weeks ahead, if you're looking to go out for some entertainment. And firstly, we start with the Pavilion Theatre. 18th of September, the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra, Dvorak 8. 21st of September, the Drifters. 27th of September, The Wall of Floyd at the Best of Pink Floyd. 4th of October, and finally Phil Collins. 9th of October, the Imperial Classic Ballet presents Swan Lake. And the 13th of October, a tribute to the Carpenters. That's just a selection of what's on at Weymouth Pavilion. To see the complete programme currently and for the months ahead, pop along to the Pavilion website, weymouthpavilion.com, where you can find all information on all the shows and events and book tickets online. Looking at the Knowth Fort, 22nd of September, Family Science Festival, a range of science demonstrations happening around the fort. 29th of September, Pause for Fort, the dog event that they have at the fort. 5th to the 6th of October, a pirate weekend. 26th of October to the 3rd of November, Halloween fun at the Fort, and some other bits and pieces going on. To see what is going on at the Fort, pop along to their website, knowthefort.org.uk. Abbotsbury and Portram are still celebrating their millennium through to the end of the year. For details of their events, go to their website, map24.org. Now, a new one for you this weekend. We've got a picture of this one, so let's put that one up. We have got a stage show inspired by Portland. It's returning to the island tomorrow for one of its final performances, the last performance being in Poole in the next few days. The outdoor stage show of Peter Pan by Dorset-based company Cisata will be at Portland Bill tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. You're encouraged to take a chair, a picnic and wrap up warm. Dorset-based Cisata transports you to Neverland like you have never seen it before. Inspired by the Isle of Portland, on the Jurassic Coast, meet the natives of Portland, pirates and smugglers, and a prehistoric Jurassic monster intent on consuming the rest of Hook. Come early to take part and play a role in this playful, honest adaptation of J.M. Barrie's timeless tale with original live music and song. And if you search for Peter Pan Outdoors Portland or Cisata, Sisata, you will hopefully find all the details you want and details of how to get tickets. Church services in Wyke Regis this weekend. 8 a.m. communion at All Saints Church, 9:30 communion at All Saints Church, and 11 o'clock Sunday service at St Edmunds at Weymouth. And our other programme tonight is our quiz programme at 7:30. You're all welcome to join. It's free, it's family friendly, and it is open to anyone. It starts promptly at 7:30. Streams will be up by 7:20, so you can find the stream, get yourself comfortable. And I do apologise, last week we had a major technical failure, that the stream failed and it just would not go back live again. So fingers crossed tonight that will all function okay. So hopefully you will join us. If you have any news stories, any events, or anything else to share with us in the week ahead, please do drop us an email. We would love to hear from you. The email, as ever, is news@wykeregis.tv. And just ping us an email and we'll happily mention your forthcoming event, show, fundraising activity, whatever it is you're doing. We would like to share it with the people of Wyke Regis, Weymouth and Portland, South Dorset and beyond. It just leaves me to say, have a good weekend. I know the weather's not going to be good for the rest of today and tomorrow, but maybe you can find something useful to do indoors, and maybe there'll be a break in the weather so you can pop down to the Seafood Festival in Weymouth or go out for a walk or something on Sunday afternoon. If not, I look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.